Look, Ma, no hands. That's something you can now say while behind the wheel. And we're not talking about the old drive with the knee trick. We're talking about autonomous cars. They're no longer a thing of science fiction. Not since 3D printing has a technology been so hyped up to immediately change our everyday lives, and yet so deeply misunderstood. This is how self-driving cars work, and how they're going to change the future of transportation. You're watching the Deets, a show where we demystify the technologies that are shaping the future. I'm your host, Riley Wynn. Self-driving cars, they're in the headlines practically every day. Despite all the coverage and news coming out about self-driving cars, people are still scared of them. According to a poll from Reuters, half of US adults think automated vehicles are more dangerous than traditional vehicles operated by people, while nearly 2/3 said they would never buy a fully autonomous vehicle. Oftentimes, fear stems from not understanding something, so we're going to break down how autonomous driving works to help ease some of those worries. First, before knowing what things make an autonomous car drive down the road, we need to know what autonomous actually means. Different cars are capable of different levels of self-driving, and are often described by researchers on a scale of 0 to 5. Level 0, all major systems are controlled by humans. This is that 1995 POS Geo you had in college. Level 1, certain systems such as cruise control or automatic braking may be controlled by the car, but one at a time. Level 2, the car offers at least 2 simultaneous automated functions, like acceleration and steering, but requires humans for safe operation. Level 3, the car can manage all safety critical functions under certain conditions, but the driver is expected to take over when alerted. Tesla's autopilot is a level 2 or 3 depending on who you're asking. Level 4, the car is fully autonomous in some driving scenarios, though not all. Level 5, the car is completely capable of self-driving in every situation. Level 5 is the end game for autonomous cars. You could sleep, work, or do whatever you want while your car does the driving for you. Currently, there are no companies that are able to offer a fully autonomous ride in any conditions on any road with no human overseer. Self-driving cars use a bunch of different technologies to navigate the road without a human behind the wheel. There's some that are familiar, and there's some you may not have heard of yet. Self-driving cars use radar sensors, cameras, an internal GPS, laser rangefinders, a bunch of software, and a LiDAR unit. The car takes the info from the internal navigation system and the GPS to figure out where the car is. It sends the data to the computer, and the car uses the other sensors to further refine where it is. The LiDAR and the radar then detect the surroundings of the car and match it to the data that the GPS and other systems have gathered. It creates a virtual map of what's around. Think of it as Tron meets your calculus homework. The cameras then give a visual representation of what's around to match the data points gathered by the other technology. This gives perspective on the surroundings that GPS can't deliver, like where other cars are, pedestrians, bikers, and anything else that may be in the road. Self-driving cars are designed to make intelligent decisions on the best way to navigate around obstacles. After the car has processed all the data and made all these decisions on the route it's supposed to take, it sends the info to the actuators on the car that control the braking, the throttle, and the steering. All these processes are repeated many times per second, and it's mind-blowing to think that all of this is happening in real time. The car is doing everything that a driver does while behind the wheel, and the eventual goal is for autonomous cars to do it better than us. There are many players in the race to become the first autonomous vehicle on the road. Big names like Apple, Google's Waymo, Tesla, Uber, and Lyft are pioneering the technology to make this idea a reality, and they're testing them out on roads as we speak. Waymo has been testing self-driving Chrysler minivans and the Jaguar I-Pace on roads in California and Arizona. They're really investing their money and efforts into the ride-sharing benefits with this technology, and have partnered with Lyft. Speaking of ride-sharing, Lyft's rival, Uber, is testing out this tech as well. Uber is working their way to test out autonomous Volvos. As of right now, they haven't deployed on public roads, but they are doing virtual simulations, and their goal is to have these LiDAR hat-wearing Volvos on the road by 2020. They have also stated that they always expect to have a human available, capable of rescuing the AI in case of an emergency. Meanwhile, the tech giant Apple has been hush-hush about their autonomous car research known as Project Titan. They've been quietly hiring and making acquisitions that suggest they're serious about putting a self-driving car out there, but we really haven't seen anything tangible yet. All of these companies, are focusing on shuttles and ride sharing, but that's only one slice of the self-driving pie. A big piece of that pie is autonomous delivery. The delivery giants like Amazon, FedEx, and UPS are researching on how they can take the driver out of truck driver. This technology could reduce the price of delivery by billions. Companies are even working to deliver you pizzas in an autonomous car. Domino's is working with Nuro to test pizza deliveries via their self-driving pod in Texas. I mean, come on. Even if you don't like the idea of being in a car that's driving itself, you can't help but admit that getting your pizza from a self-driving car is pretty dang cool. People are still afraid to get into self-driving cars, but do they feel the same way about their packages? We don't think so. If self-driving deliveries can be successful, it may be the primer that convinces people to actually take rides in self-driving vehicles. Companies like Too Simple are already demonstrating success. They currently have 51 self-driving trucks live on the road carrying cargo. But don't worry, they are accompanied by a human in case of an emergency. Even with the breakthroughs and successes we've seen in autonomous vehicles, at this current moment, people are still worried about the safety issues with self-driving cars. And quite frankly, the tech isn't there yet to ease those concerns. The likelihood that we will ever see a level 5 automation in every condition on every road is extremely small. But don't lose hope, because we are likely to experience and even enjoy, under strict confines, level 4 and level 5 automation with things like shuttles and deliveries sooner rather than later. Motor City and Silicon Valley, you need to hit the gas on this tech, because we've got a long way to go. Now's the time to prove it's possible, so people will come around to wanting to hop in a self-driving car. I don't know about you, but I look forward to the day where I can sit back, relax, and drop in with my boys on Fortnite all the way home. Let us know in the comments below if you would ride in or own a self-driving car. Until next time, I'm Riley Wynn with Digital Trends, and thanks for watching.